Hey everyone, it's Ray. Welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV, the Hildibrand episodes. So, in the last episode, we were starting the Heaven's Ward Hildibrand, and we found Hildy buried deep in the snow, in which Godbert helped, launching him into the sky and burying him even deeper. We also found a weird little Mammet that looks like Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, and now we need to talk to Seer. The Gigi situation. I pray this day finds you well, Rei'tan, or at least better than it finds me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his Mammet to me. It was unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy they might hold. Therefore the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it's in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? I'll try. You may be praised, at least you have seen reason. Let's pray he will as well. I'm given to understand... Oh, sorry about that. I am given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the Mammet in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortos Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. Alrighty. Let us go to the last vigil again. God, the music here rocks. They're over here. You! What are you doing here? I hate you. Alright. Hey, Hildy. Oh, and, my retainer finished a venture. Okay. Verily, we shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells! Just so. Such is the creed of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Aw, that's cute. Well posed, Gigi, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, that's a fucking mouthful, I hereby command you to surrender that Mammet of the suspected heretical origin into my custody. Why, hello there, Rei'tan, and Inquisitor Seer, ever the jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic, when it is plain to see that he's merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl. If those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you let them choose what they want to be perceived as? Nashu, please. Were you not witnessing the magnificent display of Mandervillian masculinity mere moments ago? That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. Mom, Dad, stop fighting. Just let them choose. Although they don't seem to mind. Poor Seer. Master Lukla? Inspector Seer? What is all the commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Lord Edmund, my sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I've come to seize this Mammet on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the Inspector before you arrived. At which point, they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi a boy or a girl? It's clearly a strapping young lad, no? Edmund's full in on this shit, but then again, he's done business with Godbert, so you know what? He's... Fury, take me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? I'm going to say this again. Welcome to Hildibrand. where nonsense is king. Fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation? Yeah, Godbert did something and he just rebooted. I see. Then until time as Gigi recovers his memory, perhaps it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Mandeville. I will even stand as witness here and now if you wish. Adopt? And that would make me Gigi's father. Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Mandeville. Papa Hildy! Inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful and ridiculous. Quite. Now, you need no longer fear the Inquisition. You are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap, by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmund. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son, we must away! Oh, Helone, I would not presume to question your grand design, but... Gah! Confound it all! Angrily closes book. Oh, mayhap I cannot detain the Mammet, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Edmund, you are a fucking bro. You are the best. Lord Godbert would be pleased to hear that his son is hale and hearty, as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle in another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. Of course. God, House Fortomps is a fucking home away from home for me. This place holds so many memories. This is when I really got into the game. I'm amazed that this game is actually now my fucking addiction. It's kind of amazing. Anyway, the Gigi situation. Where are you? Okay, you're further out. Let me close that. There we go. Let me get it. Stop auto-running. Judging by the size of their estate, they've the rival the House Mandeville. That's the vault, if I recall right, or one of the vigils. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to skip over that. Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Maltempestart. Pray do not fill the Mammet's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain there is no house Maltempestart, and that is a rather ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses, including the esteemed house in which you recently stood as witness to your adoption. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? No, nothing. I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not have him have a taste of something more prosaic? I think that's the word? Let us make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. Really? We're going to the stables? Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and travel there. Foundation, Sky Steel Manufactory. One of these days I need to do machinist as well. I need to try some of the other jobs and see how they play. Anyway, Hildibrand. Such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the windswept plains? So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, fall fruits, and pineapples. But how many? Oh. Talking about how you dye the chocobos. Iggy, what do you have to say? Splendid specimens of horse-bird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. These chocobos are the pride of the Ashgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would have to answer to the Fury herself! How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos. It might help. It didn't. Huh. You know, just because you found him in a Kurth and Snowbeg, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to take him to the markets to expose him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. It's okay. You'll get used to it. Poor guy. But I want one. I want one. Oh. Buy me a chocobo, please, father? Okay, I thought that was Gigi for a second. But no, it's that. Father, is that strange-looking thing staring at us? Gigi, Gigi, Gigi. I saw you, you little shit. I saw him in the background. Am I that strange-looking? Poor little Gigi. But anyway, now we must travel to the Jeweled Crozier. There we go. Let's move further down and see where they could possibly be. I'm keeping an eye out for that little Lalafell. He's a reoccurring character in these Hildibrand series, and he's quite annoying in later ones. But anyway, Nashu. What if I picked one with my eyes closed and gave it as a name day gift to myself? Ooh, I wonder what I'd get me. Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota. Fury take me if it used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you, what with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. Ugh. These goods with such a high price in Ul'dah. Why bother? It's no use.
Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise your days filled with grand adventure and eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits!
Whoops-a-daisy.
My word, the vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo in an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism?
Really? One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps? At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only knows how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. It was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke.
100 million gil! Oh, Helone, why have you forsaken me?
Huh? Well, would you look at that? Well now. Gigi's a special little fella. It's a miracle! Hey, the divine intervention of the Fury herself! Did I do that? Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous! You're a born artisan, just like father! Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. You call that gentle? You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, we're sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. You don't demean this Mammet's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it. This Mammet. Sir, I say sir. 100 million gil for the Mammet. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless face. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a Mammet. Gigi, whatever's gotten into you? You are my son. You are a Manderville man. Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl through and through. God damn it, Nashu. Stop it, both of you. You are not my papa or my mama. Oh dear. Well, it was only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I. I say we find out what's gotten into him, thinking he's a Mammet. But he is a Mammet! How can you not... Oh, never mind. Oh boy. The measure of a Mammet. Hildibrand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space, definitions of man and machine. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that Mammet. We should begin by speaking with the sentries stationed at the city gates and the airship landing. If, Fury help us, he has left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guards at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. Alright. Alright, let's make our way to Heresy Foundation. So, need to run all the way over. So, I hope you all are enjoying this new segment of the Hildibrand series. Hope you all are having a good day. Hope you all are surviving. I know things have been rough lately, but we'll get through it. Anyway, steel manufacturing in the broom. And here is it. Here we go.
Here what?
A little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat?
Aye, he came through here. Brought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest.
One of them, what's named Lalafels, right?
Funny little buggers.
Seem keen to be anywhere but here. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Well, if Gigi left the city, it was not by the main gates.
The sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description.
I saw it. We got some leads here.
Falcon's Nest? Fury take me, must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him, and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outposts. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the wind.
Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a Mammet. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Kurthus, the famous breeding ground for Heresy, where we first found him. Come to this heretic's masters to share with him the intelligence he had gathered in the city. At long last, the undeniable, unquestionable, and the unmistakable scent of Heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. Inspector, I'm starting to think the Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl.
It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is the Mandeville way.
You're about as subtle as a giant hammer smashing its way through a brick wall. Anyway, Kurthus Western Highlands, we're already at Falcon's Nest. And so we must fly through the cold winter night. Oh, thankfully it's close by. Ah, I knew it! The Mammet immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, of insight? Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her Grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers.
Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents.
The selfsame ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father?
Ha ha ha! What a fine young gentleman. Eager to explore his heritage, let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons.
I really can't be bothered. Seer. Thank you. I don't know why that didn't proc. I must have moved too quickly. Anyway, let's keep moving. I don't need the Join of Fate. Here we go, we got some footprints. Tracks continue north. And I think we found them. Godbert and Julian doing a snowball fight with a bunch of dead Steinbach around. They must have hit them with the snowballs. The Mammet lies motionless in the snow. Fragments of ice stuck to its cap suggest the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. He got hit with a snowball. Poor little guy. Ugh, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me? Yeah, I did.
Oh, Gigi, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem that he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks, these dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst into the earth on no more than 24 occasions. Several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant from the experience. That certainly explains a few things. I expect the Earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you... Are you nodding? Oh. He's behind me, isn't he? What good fortune to cross paths with you, lot from so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier, I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us?
Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert! Mama Nashu said you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy.
Well now. That's interesting.
Are you sure about the stun? This may sting a little.
I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy.
Oh no. Seer's learning.
Then let us begin.
Oh, he's got a Lalafell body now.
This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you.
Oh, but I've not even begun to begin. Baragot, guide my hammer.
Godbert? Now she goes spinning again. Oh god, he's got a Rogan body now.
Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man.
Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you.
Papa Hildy.
Gigi.
Aww. This is so silly. That's not an open arm hug. Oh no. Oh no, he's going in for the clothesline.
Boom.
God, that face. No. And implanted in the ground again.
Now that brings back some memories.
Papa Hilly? Oh dear, who could have done such a thing?
Oh, and he's back to normal.
By the Fury, it's just the same like the vase all over again. Miraculously restored to its original form.
Aw, poor little guy.
Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you the best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable.
And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a Mammet?
Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Mandeville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a Mammet, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Mandeville Mammet."
Aww. And he definitely is one. Good on ya.
Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Mandeville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the Mammet, but did you hear that, woman? A son's got himself a son!
Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert!
Ha! It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian.
Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Julian? Oh no. Oh god!
And what's so bloody grand about it? Oh dear.
Run, men, run like your life depends on it. Because it just might. Oh dear god. Oh boy. Oh dear.
I'll not be made a grandmother to a bloody buggering Mammet. It's past time I beat some bloody sense into my beloved boy. Fury, take me! I've heard tales of dark nights before, but... No, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical. Like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. Best not to mess with Julian.
I think she's one of the few things in this world that even I'm scared to fight. Oh god, if they ever made an instance of me fighting her, I think I'd legitimately shit myself in terror.
They're mad! Utterly mad! The whole damn lot of them! How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand! Well, at least the Mammet seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a Mammet could even have an existential crisis.
Unusual things all around, what can I say?
Wait,
What am I saying? It's a mammoth! Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? I think you're warming up to the guy. Fury take me, their idiocy is infectious. Mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior, one step at a time, one step at a time. You'll warm up to them soon enough. Oh, what's this? We got 3 people following us. Alright, back to Ishgard, back to Foundation. God, I love this series. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking wonderful. Okay, Seer, how you doing, poor boy? Right then, my superiors have been informed of the Mammoth's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Fortomps, proceeded to take me to my task for my gross mishandling of the situation. I remain convinced that the Mammoth is the product of heretical machinations, and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories, and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville Mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say that there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly he restored that vase, and itself to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I have ever seen before. Alrighty then. What could this be? What could this mean? We'll find out next time. For now, enjoy this. See you, Inspector. God, I love this series. It's so fucking fun. But yeah, that's the end of this act of Hildibrand. We learned a little bit more, and, well, we're going to learn even more about what's going on in the next act. So, I hope you all have been enjoying the episode, and until then, this has been Ray, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.